Hey everyone, it's Wowous. Today we're playing some Defense Grid 2, and we're going to go in and play Refuge, and we're going to play the Frozen Core mode, which this mode is the mode in which the cores do not head back after they've been picked up. So if they get picked up, they get stuck wherever they are and don't float back. So that adds a little bit of a challenge to the match. And so I haven't posted in about a week. I've been pretty busy with work and I wasn't feeling too well over the weekend, so I ended up not posting at all. So sorry there's been some delay, but I think it happens with anyone that you're planning on posting or whatnot, but life gets in the way. I think I actually want to have them go a different way. This does not seem to be the most effective way. There we go. Close that off. I think I want to actually sell this one and have them go this way. There we go. That's the way I want them to go, the kind of longest route possible. I'm going to throw up a missile here in the middle. Kind of off to a little bit of a slow start with this match, but that's okay. We'll get into it right here. Let's see. And you can see here the cores don't fall back on this frozen mode. But yeah, I really appreciate all the views you guys have been giving me. You guys seem to really enjoy the Defense Grid 2 plays, especially while it's in closed beta. And so if you'd like to see more Defense Grid 2, let me know. I was thinking about doing a grinder one, but the grinder matches take so long to play through. It's 100 rounds, and it just doesn't seem to be something that would be super popular, so I've kind of shied away from doing that one. I'm gonna use my laser right up front here to try to keep these right here. This game mode is extremely difficult. You're almost guaranteed you're gonna lose some cores, especially in the early parts of the game. So there's not too much you can do about that, but you can see they've almost stolen them all at one point or another. So you kind of just give up this first grouping of them, and the goal in Frozen Core general is to keep at least one. And that's sort of the challenge. It's almost impossible to get, I think, all of them saved, even on a map like this, unless you really play with them. And see, they've already stolen 3 from me. So there's not much you can do about that in Frozen Core. It's a very challenging game mode because they don't float back, so there's not much you can do once they've started grabbing them, and they will grab them very early on. Throw a cannon up here. I'm actually thinking that this missile is not as effective over here because there are not going to be very many units that get that far anymore. But that's okay. I think I'm going to place a temple right here. I want to block them in a way that they have to come on the temple here. I think what I want to do is actually have them sneak, trap them going I think it would be more effective to have them go this way. Block them right here. There we go. That's, yeah, so now they're trapped in this area, and I'm going to upgrade this temporal as soon as possible. There we go. That's what we want. You can see we have this pretty much under control now. These are all the cores that are left. They're all here with the exception of this one right here. And you want to just try to make it so that as few units as possible now can make it through this. You want to try to make sure that these last couple of cores don't get grabbed. Now we've got kind of a boss unit coming our way. They are called Crashers. And Crashers were from the first game. They're not the most challenging units to try to beat. The biggest problem is they take a ton of damage and they can actually carry 3. So this one, I mean, it's a fair trade, I think, to lose this 1 core for to get the Crasher off the map and not lose 3. But this one we really need to stop because he's going to cause a lot of problems here. I'm going to upgrade this temporal again. I'm going to start upgrading these cannons when I can. 400 resources to just put out as much damage as possible. And I think I want to upgrade. Let's see, this one has, this upgrades its range just slightly, but it will do a lot more damage. Let's see, this Crasher's almost dead. The good thing about the Crasher and Frozen Core is that it loses a lot of its effectiveness because when it gets up to this core here, it's going to just grab this core and turn around, and it's not going to be able to grab 3. The only time the Crasher can grab 3 in Frozen Core is if all the cores are right in the base, and it runs around and can get all 3. But if it hits any of these, it just automatically turns around. That's terrible in the original game mode, because the story mode, because you're trying to avoid losing any cores, and so you want to avoid having that happen. But in Frozen Core, it's going to happen. Because you're going to have cores out there. And actually, that one unit is going to grab that pretty quickly. But he's still going to just grab this one. So, all in all, it's a fair trade. It's actually a pretty good trade to make, to have it just grab the 1 core and maybe you lose that 1 core, but I don't think this Crasher has enough health to get back through. So the cannons are upgraded, and now we're going to just start beefing up our defenses here. There we go, this Crasher slowly but surely moving through. He's going to get shot as soon as he comes into the range of this cannon, I believe. Huh. Now cannon. The cannon... There we go. Not sure why that cannon wouldn't just lock onto him. That might be a little bug. But, you see quite a few units now. Okay, we've got to really beef up our defenses here at the exit. So we're on rate 11 out of 20. We have 5... We have about 11 cores left. Surprised. Another thing I think they might want to look at changing, it would be where it says resources on the top. I like the visual representation of the cores, but I think it would be a good idea to have the number of cores that are left, like in a numerical value, maybe on top of where the core kind of hexagon is. It's just kind of a weird decision that you can see the exact number of resources, but you have to kind of count how many of the cores you have left. That core is in serious trouble. That core is not going to get past the next wave, I don't think. I'm going to upgrade this cannon. It can't quite reach from here, but we'll upgrade this cannon nonetheless. Another thing I may end up doing is putting some missile turrets right here to be able to reach closer to the exit. Now this cannon is just a beast. And let's see. It's not really showing the correct how much damage it's doing, which is another weird, maybe it's a little graphical glitch, but you can see when the cannon gets upgraded to 8, it does the most damage in the game. It has decent range, a slow rate of attack, which is to be expected. It's a cannon. Then Walker. Let's see, upgrade. Okay, I'm gonna actually overcharge this too. Give those cannons a little bit more firepower. This Crasher's gonna steal that one core. We're gonna definitely lose that core. Nothing really we can do about that. Okay, we've got one core here. We've got 2, 3, 4 cores there. And then 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so those are the 8. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 right near here. We've got another 4 right here. This one is almost definitely going to be lost right here. These two we probably will lose to these kind of smaller units at the end of the game, but I think we may be able to save actually all these last 4 cores with our current build. Upgrade this missile, upgrade this cannon. These 2 cannons here are really anything that's like a strong unit or even a unit that picks up a core is just going to get pummeled by these 2 cannons. They have quite a bit of range. They are among the closest to the exit. Even here you can see even a Rhino, which is a pretty strong, tough unit. It can take maybe 2 or 3 hits from a cannon, but the cannons are going to very quickly wipe those out. Let's see, this Rhino is going to steal that one. I need to upgrade this missile turret. I need to get that 1200. That's going to be a real help right at the end here. But I do like Frozen Core. It's definitely a different game mode, a different type of challenge than a lot of the rest of the game, because it's more of a strategy of okay, how do I just not lose as opposed to how do I win with the most resources. It really is possible to try to play and get a ridiculous score on Frozen Core, but I think it's like the hardest game mode, the hardest version of the game mode. Maybe Green Towers is a little bit harder, but I really like this game mode because it just makes you think a little bit differently. You don't have that time. In fact, my laser's back up, so I gotta think about when the best time to use that would be. And I'm thinking I probably want to save that for when things are closer to the end to make sure I don't lose any more cores. Down to 5 cores. I got 1 here, still 4 over there. These units should be no problem. I'm almost got enough to upgrade this missile turret. Let's see. Okay, we'll upgrade that missile turret. I'm going to try to upgrade this gun. The resources are really rolling in pretty quickly now. Let's see. Comes 17. Wave 17 or wave 18. And it's a Crasher. So this is definitely not a good situation. So the first one is going to grab this first, if it makes it through this, which it may not. It's going to grab that first core and make a run for it. The question is going to be, are either the other Crashers going to get through this? They probably will end up grabbing these 2, but these units are moving quicker. So here's where we want to use our laser, I'm thinking. Take out our back 2 Crashers. Actually got all 3 of them and wiped out the whole row of them. So now we have a huge influx to our resource pool. We're up to 3,200. And so now is the time I'm thinking that we want to just put up 2 missiles here to really create that last layer of defense. Upgrade these. We've got 2. We've got 2 waves left. The last wave is going to be probably the most challenging. Here they come. So yeah, it's only this 1 wave left. It's just the Rhinos, and I think we've got this. I think we'll be okay, even without a laser. Okay, let's see. These missiles just pummeling these Rhinos as they come through. Here we go. Okay, those rhinos all made it through. We're not gaining any more resources, so that makes this just a bit more challenging. Again, in hindsight, I probably shouldn't have put a missile turret here. I thought it would have been more effective, but it's really more effective in the traditional game mode. Gun turret here is okay. How did that not kill that? Okay. Those two are dead. This one is almost dead. And I think that's going to be it. So we made it out with 5 cores. Not a terrible game. I don't know how that will rank as far as the medals. But I guess we'll see in just a moment. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Defense Grid 2 tends to be one of the most popular series. So if you really enjoyed it, feel free to leave a comment. Feel free to like the video. Feel free to subscribe here. Apparently we didn't even get we didn't get a medal. Although maybe they don't offer medals in Frozen Core, I'm not sure. And you can see some of the numbers are off here. The total damage, it says it's like off at 1 million. That number seems to be wrong. So yeah. Interesting. But yeah. Thank you for watching. Feel free to like, feel free to subscribe, and yeah, thank you so much for watching.